my camera here, this is Nikon D800 with the lens Nikon 105 VRG. This is a full frame camera, and I bought it maybe 6 years ago, and this was one of the most expensive cameras, the full frame camera. And today we have also the least expensive camera, the DSLR again. It's a Nikon, hope you can see it well, it's a Nikon D3400, and we will compare these cameras and to see, so you can see lively what is the difference between them and how I will use them on this model, so you can compare the results in the presentation that we are going to make during this webinar. So bear with me, it's going to be a little bit laggy and a little bit different, but I hope you can see the benefit of the results, and you can tomorrow maybe consider buying anything of this equipment. So with the flashes, I have here the Meike ring flash. This flash is maybe the most popular one, the least expensive one. It costs around $70, $70 to $100. We have again Meike twin light system, and this is around $300. Then I have two of these standalone flashes, the usual ones. The cost of these are about $70 for each. And you can comment anytime, just interrupt me with a comment. Girish will send me a text so we can talk about something that you're interested in. And feel free, if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, I'm not going to get offended. I'm not the smartest guy. I'm just trying to show you my personal way of viewing things in dental photography and my personal way of doing it. So the thing is, first I have to say something about dental photography. If you are a beginner and starting with everything, just don't bother with learning anything. In any case, anything by heart is the wrong way. We have to make our own way. You have to think with your head. And one of the greatest, again, I have to say this, one of the greatest photographers in the world once said, when he got a question, what is the best camera? The best camera is the one you got with you. So the best camera that we always have with us is the mobile phone camera. So if you're starting with dental photography, you can start with a mobile phone, because you don't have to think about the settings, think about anything. Just think of the most important thing in dental photography, that is the protocols. Because we have to apply dental photography, we have to approach in a certain way to the patient, because everything digital that we're going to use today, and nowadays there is everything digital available to us, the digital things has to help us doing our job to become more faster, more efficient, more precise in any term. So not the other way around. We should use those digital things that are going to help us to provide us with certain upgrades to our usual work. So we will start this thing. I will show you in a couple of minutes. This will going to be our model. I'm planning to shoot it one image from each settings. I will start with the cheap camera, the Nikon crop sensor D3400, and we can start with the ring flash. I will show you the settings. We will imagine that we are going to take one intraoral image, so we will use the suggested settings for those kind of images. That is for the aperture f/25, for the ISO 200, and for the shutter speed 1/25 of a second. And I will use any of these flashes in manual mode, and I will show it to you. Just one more thing I have to tell you in advance. Usually, I don't have time to speak with this. I usually talk about this on my courses. These flashes are great, and they are beautiful. Everything of the equipment that you will see today are both new, and I have a couple of difficulties with the Meike. This is actually not mine. My friend Dan loaned it to me. He's using them on his Nikon 5500, and you cannot really rely on this flash. I don't know why. I upgraded the software in the flashes, the software in the camera. Also, this camera, Nikon 3400, is not really working well with this flash. Why? I don't know. This flash is actually working perfectly with my full frame camera, Nikon D800. I never had any kind of tweaks or any kind of tweaks with it. It just works. But with this cheaper camera, it doesn't work all the time. I cannot rely on it. So if I'm going to use with a live patient, when I have to document something and I have to be fast, because there's a lot of things that dental photography provides us, like communication with the patient, with the education of the patient, of course, legal documentation, medical documentation, maybe the most important thing, the diagnostics, and of course, the communication with the dental laboratory. I have to be faster, but this camera is not working with this flash. Maybe my flash is the only one. I have to see what Girish is texting me. A bit louder. I'm using this headphone so you can hear me better. I'm trying to be louder so you can hear everything that I'm saying. So let's start with the shooting. I will shoot this model again, and I will use the ring flash. So let's set it up. You have to screw something on the top of your lens, so you can use. This is what you get when you bought the ring flash. So you screw it on you pick the right ring for your lens. And a little thing about lenses. Everybody nowadays are worrying about the equipment. And again, this is not as that important. The most important thing is how to use it. You have to master your equipment so the equipment will listen to you. So it's smart to invest in a knowledge of photography in general so you can use it in dental photography. That is the only way. Do not learn anything by heart, but you can follow some suggestions for the intraoral images, like I said. And I will show you the settings of this camera. I hope that you can see it. ISO is 200. We will put it on f25. F25. And we can use the shutter speed of 1/25 of a second. I will shoot JPEG. We can discuss that, but not at this moment. We want to shoot something. So I will also use this ring flash on manual mode, and I will put it on, again, the suggesting settings, 1/4 of the maximum power of the flash. And just give me 1 second to adapt it. And sorry for my way of speaking, because it's a little bit unusual for me, because I'm looking at myself when I'm doing this. I cannot see any of you guys. I hope that I'm not going to bore you. So this is the thing. We got our equipment with the ring flash, and I have to adjust the camera a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the model in front of me, and I'm going to mount the camera on the stand. I can use it freely, but this is the best way to do it so we can get the comparable results. So you can see the difference between the flashes, between the cameras that I'm using, and everything. And again, feel free to comment anytime so I can explain what I'm doing. So let me just adjust the stand so we can get the same results always. And I have to adjust it just a little bit. Is everything all right over there? Because a little bit louder. Okay, I will be louder. So let's get the first photo and let's get this thing started. Okay. I won't erase any photo that I'm going to make because we can compare the results. And I have to close down the aperture a little bit because I'm getting the shot is a little bit brighter than I want it to be, a little bit overexposed maybe. So I will set my aperture to f29. Okay. Let's see what Girish. All well. Okay. So, as I promised, I will make the presentation right away. So I will switch the camera so you can see my computer, and you will see me in the right corner, right top corner. So a little bit is laggy here, but we will make it. So I have to wait a little bit longer for my laptop to load everything. Okay. This is something that I previously shot, so we won't waste any time. So this is the two shots that we have. This one is a little bit overexposed, and let's see the second one. This is kind of the results that we get with a ring flash. We can close down the aperture or lower the ISO, and why not? We can do it right away, so we can get more evenly expose the images. I will turn back my camera to the web camera and go back to the scene. So I'm changing my ISO from 200 to 100, so we can get the lowering exposition of the photo. And I will make one more. This is much better. Okay. I will switch so you can see my screen. So let's compare the results right away. This is the first one with the ISO 200 and f25. Then I closed an aperture a little bit to f29, and I'm getting this kind of results. And then I changed the ISO to 100 to lower the exposure of the photo, and we're getting this kind of results. So this is good. I will put it in the presentation that we're going to make so we can compare the results. So I'm putting the photo. I will stretch it a little bit. This is the whole point of this presentation. I wanted to make something a little bit different so you can see what I'm doing right away and we can compare the results. It's okay to crop the image a little bit when you're making the presentation so the presentation will look just right. So I will put a text on it so we won't forget what is this image. So this is the Nikon. Oh, sorry. This is the Nikon D3400 at shutter speed is 1/25 of a second, f is 25, and ISO is 100. So I will put this text to the lower button so we can compare it later with a different flash. So let's get back to the shooting again. And I hope this is fine for you and it will get interesting in time. I hope so, at least. Let me just eject my card. It's silly for me. I'm still talking with myself and looking at me, but I won't talk anymore. So I will have to remove this flash and I will put the twin flash on my camera. It's still the same camera. And feel free to comment or write down what you want to ask me later on when we finish all of this. So I'm removing the ring flash. I hope you can see all of this. And I have to remove the ring in front of the camera because it is for the ring flash. And because I'm going to use the twin flash, I'm going to put that part of the system. Okay. So I will mount the flashes on my camera, and we have to see if it's going to work anyway, because I have this problem with a cheaper camera to make it work it. So let's turn on everything. The flashes, it's a little bit different than the ring flash because with the ring flash is the easiest light to use, and it's the faster light because you have to think more with those flashes. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the twin flashes, I made this post, a video on my page, so you can look at it, how I do the settings of this camera, of these flashes, because the twin flashes are working in groups. So you can set the different light settings for each group. And by pressing a button, you can choose the 3 groups that the twin flashes are offering you. So I'm going to use the second group, the group B, which is set to the same amount of the light that we were getting from the ring flash, 1/4 of the maximum power of the flashes. And I will leave the settings the same because I want to see what kind of results am I getting, so we can adjust the image later on, and I will show you the results. And again, those flashes are not working. I absolutely have no idea why is this happening, but they will start working in some time. We won't have any kind of trouble with them with the Nikon D800, but this is something that I come with a problem, and these are the real problems. It's easier for me to tell you just buy these flashes and you will be happy. You won't, because if they are not working, you will get frustrating. And again, now it's working. I have absolutely no idea what causes that. So I will make another photo with the same settings, and I will show it to you. Just before I'm showing to you, since the flashes are working, I will show you something. Let's do this something a little bit differently. I brought these 2. I also have, you cannot see anything right now. I will turn this camera on. These are the light diffusers that you can put on your twin flashes so you can soften the light. And I will show you the results right away when we make the photo with those. I made a post how to make them because this one costs $1.50 if you want to buy them. I ordered them from AliExpress, and you just have to cut one part of this because the mount of the flashes is going through this way. So you have to cut it so they won't get different angle if you mount them. So we will make another photo with those diffusers, and you will see the results we are getting with the diffusers. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just putting in front of my twin lights the diffusers for the twin lights. And that is all. So, as I said, I was using these flashes on the 1/4 of the power of the quarter of the maximum power of the flashes. So I have to tell you this one. When you put something in front of your flashes, like diffusers, the softening of the light is going to need more light to get the even exposure. That is why I use 3 groups on those flashes. I put first group is on one half of the maximum power of the flashes. Second one is 1/4 of the maximum flashes, and third one is 1/8 of the maximum power of the flashes. So the whole point is I can easily, with the touch of the button, the press of the button, I can change the maximum power of the flashes. So let's make one more picture and I can show you the results with the twin flashes, with the diffuser. So let's see if we are getting this right. Okay, I will show you the results. You can see the picture is underexposed. Why is it underexposed? I explain it to you because I put something in front of my flashes. So I made my group 1, group A, to be half of the power. So I will put a half of the power. So it's from the quarter of the power to half of the maximum power of the flashes. And just to see the results. And again, the flash is not working. And this is what is happening with this camera. And this is the real thing. This is the real deal you have when you're shooting. So now it's working. So my image is a little bit underexposed again. I will raise my ISO from 100 to 200 to see what kind of results am I getting. This is better. So this went well. So I can turn off my flashes because we're going to change the flashes again and leave the camera. And let's see the results we're getting. Girish, just send me a message if everything is all right, if you find it interesting. Hope you guys are finding this interesting because I do. I will switch the scene so you can see the screen of my laptop, and we have to wait for the file to upload so we can see it. Okay, so this is the thing. This was the image that let's see what Girish says. Loving it. Thank you. Thank you. So this is the last image that we did with the ring flash. And this is the okay exposure. So we changed the flashes to the twin flashes. So let's wait for a couple of seconds for the picture to load. This is a little bit, I had a difficulty with the working of the flashes because they wasn't working. So this is the image that we get with the twin flashes, with 1/4 of the maximum power of the flashes. And these are the results. You can see the results are not the same as using the ring flash, which is obvious. And after it, I put the diffusers on each of the twin flashes, and we get the underexposed image with the same settings that we use. So I just put my flashes on the half of the power. So I raise the power of the flashes. And this is the results that I get. And then again, I change the ISO from 100 to 200 so I can get better exposure of the photo. And let's see the result. So this is the result. And let's put it in a presentation so we can compare it at the end. So this was with the ring flash, and the second was with the twin flashes. And I won't be using, I'm just showing to you the results that we get so we don't get confused with a lot of data that we are going to look. So I'm going to use the third image, which is with a good exposure, and I will put it in a presentation. And I will write down on the photo so I don't forget what settings did we use, so we can compare it at the end. So let me just adjust the photo. Again, I think it's tilted just a little bit. I want to straighten that out and just put it in the center of the slide. So, oh, I forgot to say that this is the ring flash. That is why I'm talking with myself. I'm going to forget anything. There is no Girish to tell me that something was wrong. So I will copy this text and paste it on another slide. So we are using the same camera with the same settings with a twin flash. So this is the twin flash again, but with a diffuser zone, and we are getting much better results. And at the end, we will compare everything, and we can discuss about it, and we can talk about it, whatever you like. And just to make the note, what we are going to do. So this is twin flashes with diffuser. And ISO is not 100. As you remember, we put it up on 200, and everything else is the same. But I will make another note here. I will put a note in the corner. So our flashes are set to 1/2 of maximum power. I don't like this font, so I will change it a little bit to light. Maybe they're too big, maybe not. I will change it to thin. This is more like it. Thin. I won't take your time with the design of the presentation, so we can get some good results, but this won't take too long. At least I hope so. Thin. Okay, so what we have here, it's let's see, ring flash, twin flash, and again ring flash, twin flash, and twin flash with diffusers. So you can see the result a little bit in a color, but you can see all the details. And it's looking quite good this way. This is not an expensive equipment. Let me just go back to the camera so I can see myself talking to you. This is not expensive equipment. The diffusers cost $1.50 each. You can order it via AliExpress. If you send me a message, I can send you the link for the for especially these ones that I'm using. But you can find it easily. It's not a big deal with them. So now we are going to do a little bit something different. These are the regular flashes. These are, so the both of these cost around $140, a little bit less maybe because the price of these are dropping all the time. But the thing is, you have to use those in manual mode. That is the difficult thing. And you have to buy one more thing. This is the trigger for them, and the name of the brand is not important. You can use anyone, but these ones are a Yongnuo, as you can see here, and the flashes are Yongnuo. So I bought Yongnuo 560 number 4 because number 4 has installed already this trigger inside of him, so I can trigger with my camera this flash, and I don't have to buy 2 triggers. I have to only buy 1, And I think the price of this trigger is about $30, but don't hold me on that one. I'm not sure. We can easily check it on Google, so I don't want to waste your time. So the thing is, my plan is how you can use those is, let me just show you. You can buy these light stands. These stands are not expensive. They cost around $30 each. So the whole point is what I'm going to do. I have to back up the camera a little bit. So I have a light stand. You have this mounting device. When you bought the flash, you will get this with you. So you can mount it on a light stand. You can screw it in. Okay. And you can put the flash on it. And use it like this. And I will show it to you. Just give me a time to mount it on another light stand. And I will show you the way you can use it. And we can see the results right away if it's worth of using it this way or not. So this is my other mouse, the same one. If you're interested in the brand, these are Visico. I don't know how to pronounce it in English, but it doesn't matter which light stand you can buy. You can buy the cheapest one because they're all in good quality. You won't find any difference because you're going to use them with the regular flashes, which are not heavy. The whole thing is to put something on it that is not too heavy, and then you can buy the cheapest one. The whole idea for me to using them is I can remove all the flashes, either they are twin lights or the ring flash, and I can get my camera free of everything, so I can use it more lightly. And I'm sorry, but this is not looking good. I don't know why. I think this is better. So how you can use those flashes, you just put it almost the same as you are using the twin lights. You put one on each side of a patient that you're going to photograph in and try to make the angle of 90 degrees. I hope you can see that I'm showing here. This is my other flash on the right side and another flash on the left side. So I have to turn them on, and I will tell you the settings of the flashes. Let's put them on 32 of the maximum power and see what kind of results we are getting. I need this trigger to put on my camera, so the trigger will trigger the flashes when we press the button to shoot the image. And I need my, I'm sorry, I'm really doing my best to show you everything. I need to unplug my card from my laptop to put it in a camera so we can compare the results. And this is a little bit, everything is slow because we are streaming, but just bear with me. Okay, so I need to turn on my trigger, pair it with my flash, and we will use those flashes without any diffusers on it, so we can just see what results we are getting. So I will put them like this, and let me see what I'm getting. So this is a little bit too bright because the whole idea is, let me show you with the flashes. We can compare the size of the flashes. So we have a ring flash, and this flash, the ring flash, the most popular one, is not going to get a light all over this part. Just when you control the ring flash, there is 2 flashes on each side. And as you can see, they're so small. And comparing to the twin light, you can see the size difference. If you consider this is the flash, you can see the size comparison between the twin flashes and the ring flash. And again, if we compare it with a standalone flash, which is much bigger than the twin light, let me try to show it to you. So this is the pure physics, because the larger the light source is, you will get more light. So that is why in dental photography, if you're using the ring flash or the twin flash, we're using approximately 1/4 of the maximum power. So I'm getting 2 bright results with those standalone flashes. So I will put those flashes, they're all in manual mode, and I will put them on 1/64 of the maximum power, both of them. And to see what kind of results am I getting, because the first photo that I took was too bright. And I don't want to change the settings. We will change the settings later. Okay, this is all right. Let me just take another one, because this is, I accidentally moved something, so we can get the same results always, so we can compare it. And again, if you bought these diffusers, you can use them with the regular flashes, and I will put them on to the regular flashes to see the results again when using those. And I hope you can see everything that I'm doing. Okay, let's take another photo with the diffusers over our flashes, and we will get the underexposed image just a little bit, because we put something in front of the source of the light that we are using. That is the normal thing. Okay, so I will open up my, I will open up a aperture to 22, for example, to see if I'm getting any better results. This is quite all right. So let's see the results. Okay. I think Dr. Girish is still happy, and I hope that all of you guys are happy with it. So I will change the scene so you can see the screen of my laptop again, and just wait for a camera card to load up. So this is the first photo when I changed the lighting. So we put on the 32 of the maximum power of the standalone flashes, and we get a little bit overexposed image. So I put on the 64th of the maximum power of the, and as you can see, this is, even though I'm using the stands for the model and for the flashes and for the camera, I'm still getting the not always the same results. My model is moved a little bit, and this is the normal thing. When you're going to shoot with a patient, it's going to be more difficult because the patient is moving. So you have to concentrate yourself. What are you shooting? Always look with on the viewfinder. What are you shooting? Do not expect the image to mate by itself. And let's see with the diffusers. So this is when I put the diffusers on, and we get the underexposed image because we put something on the flashes. and then I turn my aperture to f22 and we will see the results. I hope it's better. Because you cannot always trust the back screen of your camera. You cannot trust it because it's a totally different thing that you're going to see on a camera and on a laptop or any kind of monitor that you're using. So we will open our presentation once again. And let's see, this is the result with the naked standalone flashes. And these are the results with the flashes with some small diffusers. Let me just adjust the image a little bit. I have to crop it a little bit and rotate it a little bit. It's quite normal when you're making the presentation of anything. Don't be afraid to crop your image or rotate your image. That is the whole point. You have the document, you have everything document. You did your best to keep everything in line, but it's a little bit different in practice than when you're reading about it. So if I'm not happy with the exposure of the image, since I'm using the Mac, I'm using the Keynote as a presentation. I can click on the right screen on image and change the exposure a little bit so we can get the even shots. So even though your image is a little bit underexposed, you can adjust it, but don't get a habit for doing this. Do your best to make your photo right the first time, right out of the camera. That is the whole point. So I will put down the text again. And we can later compare the results. So this is not the twin flash. These are we will call it standalone flash. If I'm wrong about the name, I'm sorry. But this one is without diffuser. The settings are pretty much the same, but we will take a note what power did we use for those flashes. It's 1/64 of the maximum power of the flash because they are much bigger, they are much stronger. And let's see the results with the diffusers. So we can compare it again. So this is the ring flash, this is the twin flash with the diffuser. I'm trying to get the standalone flash and the flash with the diffuser, with a small diffuser. Let's pause on this. I will get my card out so I can show you another example of it. And let me just get back to the screen so I can show you the full screen. Okay, so to make this a little bit better, maybe, we will see the results right away. Let me just see if Girish has something to tell me. Nothing. Okay, so I will put this thing in again. So what is this? This is just a bracket or some kind of mount for the regular flashes that we are going to use, but this thing costs around $10, and you can order it again wherever you want, but I order mine from AliExpress. This is cheap. This is $10. This is nothing. And the whole point of this thing is you can, I will just show you. I have to remove the flashes. Just give me a second. Here I am. So we will remove the small diffuser, and where is the mouse? Here it is. So the whole point is to put the flash on this mount, and you can screw it up here, screw it on. And the whole idea of this has to be used with the light stand, as you saw. And I can put something a little bit different this time. I will put a big soft box on it. Why is it called soft boxes? Because you can soften up the light from your flash, and you will see what kind of results am I getting. So this thing allows me to mount the soft box on my flash. So I will mount it, or not. Okay. Okay. I will turn the camera to the side so you can see what I'm doing. So let's see. So you can see it. I'm just mounting the same flash, the standalone flash, on my light stand with a soft box on it. So I can put the soft box at the same side of my model that I'm going to shoot. And I will do the same for the other flash. Just remove this cheap light diffuser. And again, I have one more soft box with a mounting kit on it. So I can just put my flash inside it. Hope you can see everything. I'm doing my best to show it to you. And just so we can get another result, so we can compare it with the rest of the lights that we are using. Now, you cannot see the model, you can see just the camera. I hope that is all right with you, but I think I explained everything, what I did here. So we will make another photo with a soft boxes on the flashes. Oh, and again, my camera is not working. Maybe it's something wrong with the camera here and not the twin lights, as I said in the. Oh, there is no card in it. So again, I stand with my earlier point of view that those Meike flashes, you should buy it, but first try it. If it works on your camera, it's a good thing. If it doesn't, don't get frustrated when you already bought them. That is why I'm always recommending you guys, if you go with a Canon, go with a lens for Canon. The best lens for Canon is Canon lens. The best flash for Canon is Canon flash. The best lens for Nikon is Nikon lens, and the best flash for Nikon is Nikon flash. We live in a digital era, so these are all digital cameras that have small processors inside them, so they will be compatible with each other. So you won't have any kind of these problems that I'm having right now, and I'm quite aware of them. So I will stop talking now, and we can get the results so I can show it to you. Okay, as we expected, so those big soft boxes are making this light softer, but we need to use the bigger power on the flashes so we can get the properly exposed image. Because again, if you put something in front of your flash, you will get underexposed image. So I will put my flashes on 1/32 of the maximum power on both of them, so we can get the results that we want, or maybe not. All right. So let's see what we get. So again, I will switch so you can see my desktop. And we can look at the results. I will erase this one because it's dark. You cannot see anything. So this is what we get when I put the soft boxes on. The image is underexposed, so I put more power to the flashes. And we get, let's see what Girish says. Lovely, excellent. I'm glad if you're loving it. This is all for you, my friend. And these are the results with the soft boxes and using the regular standalone flashes and the cheapest camera, the cheapest you can get. The D800, the full frame camera costs around, I paid for it 6 years ago, 2,500 euros just for the body. Hope you can see this again, just for the body. And the Nikon 3400 costs around $350. It's almost 8 times expensive, the full frame. But look at the results. It's not about the equipment. It's about you using it. And you have to know your equipment and what you're going to get. So we will put it on our presentation. This is a keynote. Okay, let's rotate it a little bit so it will be straight. Okay, and standalone flash with softbox. Whoosh. So let's see the results from the beginning. Ring flash, twin flash with diffuser, standalone flash with a diffuser and with the softboxes. And I will show you again the model. You can see it. You cannot see it lively. You can see it all over this webinar, but trust me, this is the way you should. If you're going to, let me switch the camera so I can look at myself and talk with myself. It's easier for me. When you're going to show your work to your patients, you want to do it as beautiful as possible. So as you can see, it's everything about the lights. It's not about the equipment. And once again, it's not about the lenses. All the lenses, all the macro lenses you can buy, is it a Tamron or Tokina or Nikon or Canon or whatever lens, they are all good. They're all beautiful, and they will get you the best results if you know what you're doing. The whole point is so you can invest your knowledge in your equipment, so you can know your equipment and you can know what you're going to get. And after you master your equipment, you can get the results that you want. So we are not finished with this one, but I won't be talking as much, so I will shoot everything with my full frame so we can have the comparable results, but I will switch the camera over there so you can see what I'm doing, but I will do the talking by doing it, but I will do everything the same with the ring flash, with the twin flash, with the soft boxes and diffusers and everything that we did this time for the crop sensor. And you can see the results. And this is the whole point, that you can see the difference between the full frame and the crop camera. And we will see what kind of results we will get, so I can then tell you what is on my mind, because always it's not about equipment, it's about you. And again, to quote Ansel Adams, because I just thought about something, Ansel Adams said, if you bought a Nikon camera, you're not the photographer, you're just a Nikon owner. And that is the whole thing. So let's switch to that side. I will remove those soft boxes to the side and do it once again with the full frame camera, everything that we did with the crop factor camera, and then we can discuss about everything that we get. Let me just turn off my cameras. Turn off my flashes, I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm putting down my crop factor camera. I will need this so I can mount the twin flashes. And I will use my full frame camera. I will try to do everything in front of the camera so you can see what I'm doing. I need this thing so I can mount my camera to the light stand you cannot see, but here it is. This takes some time. Okay, let's mount the camera. So we will start with the ring flash with the same settings, the same distance from the subject. And this is important so you can understand what's the difference between the crop factor camera and the full frame camera, because the full frame camera is seeing a little bit wider with the same lens. That is why I wanted to show everything to you using the same lens on the crop factor camera and the full frame camera, the cheapest one and the most expensive one. Where is my ring light? Here it is. I will try to be a little bit faster so I don't want to waste your time. So this is the ring flash. I'm just removing the mount from the top of my lens for the ring flash. And I'm putting the mount for the twin flash. They are different, as you can see. You cannot see it. Oh. Oh. It was just a matter of time when I'm starting to break things around my house, because I'm trying to be more faster, but it's not the way it's going to be. So I'm mounting the twin flashes. I need a central unit on it. I'm turning on the flashes. I will use the same settings for the flashes and the camera, so we can compare the results. So I will switch to group B, which is 1/4 of the maximum power of the flashes. And let's see the results. Okay. Diffusers. I will switch the group, as we earlier saw that I need more power of the flashes right away. So I learned from my experience, so I don't have to shoot one image to get underexposed. So I can switch to the group, which is half of the maximum power of the flashes. So I will make another photo. And the lights are too dark. So I need to change my ISO. I will put it on 200. I was using the 100. Okay, so these are diffusers. So I can remove everything. Just let me turn it off. So I will use my flashes again. Don't be confused that I'm using it with those mounts, because it doesn't matter if it's standalone on the stand or if it's mounted this way. The most important thing is the flash is naked. So I will put the small diffuser on it first, and then again, I'll put back the soft boxes so we can compare the results. I need a trigger again. I will put the flashes on 64 of the 1/64 of the maximum power again, because we already learned that from shooting with crop. And I will try to make the same photo. Okay, so we can put let's see, question. So you recommend using a diffuser instead of brackets? Actually, it's a great question. The whole idea, again, you have to consider this as my personal point of view. Many of us, our colleagues, are girls. They are not as strong as men. So the whole idea with the flashes and stands is that you got only your camera and the weight of the camera with a lens. And it's much easier to if I'm working, it's much easier for me just to grab a camera and not all the brackets and all the things that come in front of the camera with the light diffusers of anything else. Just imagine the brackets here, it's huge. And I personally use those brackets, don't get me wrong, but I just love it this way because it's making me more efficient. And especially when I'm talking with the patient, when the patient sees you with the whole dental equipment, he's going to be afraid of you. So always explain your patient what are you going to do and why are you going to do that. That is the most important thing. If you explain your patient that you're going to, let's imagine we have a patient that we are going to do the full mouth rehabilitation or something similar to that one. So we need those pictures because we're going to make a document of the initial situation, so we can send those pictures to the dental technician, so the dental technician doesn't view you, patient, as another plaster model of the teeth in his hand. He has to see all of your face, and he, as much as data we provide to the dental technician, the teeth are going to be better just for you. We are going to make the custom-made teeth just for you because we need to plan our therapy, and in every step that we have some kind of difficulty, we can make a photograph so we can send it to the dental technician so we can be better. And that is the whole point. Always explain your patient why are you doing that and what are the benefits of doing that. So the patient will understand that is in his best benefits to cooperate, and everybody will cooperate if you explain them. That is the whole point. I think I made the answer for that question. We will continue with still online, something reconnected. Girish, can you send me a message if we are online? I think it's okay. I will put the diffusers on. If we are not online, I will do this again. It's not a problem. Okay. We are live. Okay. So I put the small diffusers on our lights so we can make one more photograph. And again, the picture is a little bit dark. So I will, in this case, I will open up my apertures from 25 to 22. Okay. And the last thing, I will remove those small diffusers, and I will put the big soft boxes on our flashes. Let me move this so you can see the mounting. Oh. So let's try this way. I will raise the maximum power of the flashes from 64 of a maximum power to 32 of maximum power, just as we did the last time. 32. 32. Settings again the same. The aperture f25, shutter speed 1/25 of a second, and ISO 200. And let's make this final photo so we can compare everything. The image is a little bit too dark. We will raise the ISO to 320. It doesn't make a difference. You will see the results. Okay. Whoosh. Okay. So let's switch it here. I will switch the screen so you can see my desktop. I have to eject this card and inject another one from a full frame camera, and I will show you the results right away, and then we will finish the presentation. Okay. So we can compare everything. So this is the ring flash, and just give it a couple of seconds to load up the twin flash. This is the twin flash with the diffusers. And with the adjusted ISO, I raise it up from 100 to 200. And these are the standalone flashes. Just a couple of seconds so you can see. So these are the flashes, standalone flashes with the small diffusers. And we are getting to the end with the standalone flashes with soft boxes. I think I made 2 of them. One is too dark, this is the one, and one is adjusting the ISO because I wanted to do it that way to make my photo a little bit brighter. And you will see the results, and I will get them to the presentation. I have to just check if everything is all right. I have some messages. There are 3 or 4 more questions once you're done. Okay. I will get to your question just to finish the presentation, and we can see all the results, all that we did in the last hour, maybe a little bit more. I hope that you're still here with me. Just look at these results from the beginning. This is the true comparison between the full frame camera and the crop sensor one, because let me just check what Girish said. All good, nice. So this is what the full frame camera is seeing with the ring flash, and as you can see, the light stands are at the same distance from the subject. That is why I mounted always the camera on a stand. I made the markings on the floor so I don't get confused in a way. So this is what a crop sensor camera is seeing from the same distance with the same lens, in this case with the same flash. And this is what the full frame camera is seeing with the same settings, with the same flash from the same distance. So I will keep it like this. I can make it a little more appropriate, but it's a good thing to know that if you're using the full frame camera, you have to approach more. And when you're approaching your subject, the depth of field is going to be shallower. So what is that? You have to learn about it because changing the aperture, you're changing the depth of field. And when you're changing the camera from crop to full frame, you get a lot of, you get more depth of field. So let me just do this first, and we can discuss anything you like after it. So these ones are with the diffusers, twin light with the diffuser. You're looking at the twin light without the diffuser, and as soon as the Keynote loads the image, it will be the twin light with the diffuser. And there is not much a difference, as you can see, but in these conditions, it's completely different when you're shooting the patient. So again, this is the standalone flashes. Just give me a second. And we can compare the results at the end, just to finish the presentation. Okay. These are the standalone flashes without diffusers, and I'm going to load up with the small diffusers, these ones. And these are with the softboxes. I'll adjust the exposure a little bit so I don't have to make another photo, and I don't want to waste your time on this subject. So it's everything digital is made for helping you, and this is the way you should do it. You should use your equipment, either this is a Keynote presentation, laptop, or anything. So let's get the So this is what the crop sensor sees, and this is what the full frame sees. And I will make 800. And so you can see that the settings of the camera, they are not just, for example, if I told you, I'm using these settings, use those settings. It's not that way. You will not get the same results. You should invest in your knowledge of a camera so you can know how to adjust the settings of your camera while making your shots. And it will get easier in time, because when you're working with your patient, you're not going to change the cameras, you're not going to change the lenses, at least not that often. You will get to your equipment, and you should master your equipment and learn how to deal with your equipment. And that is the only way you should do it. And when you do that, you will know how your equipment is managing with those light conditions that you are using, so you can be happy with your results, and you can enjoy your work. That is the whole point. We should take this seriously, of course, but we should also have some fun in between. And that is the whole point. If you learn everything that you need to know, you can make your life easier. Let's just copy the settings because we used all the same. I tried to just to change just a little bit of the settings so we can get the results. And all lights and photography. And we can use this in ultralight, and we say it's big. I don't want to waste your time to design this presentation, but let's get to the results. So again, you can read the results. I don't have to tell you. Let's see if Girish all good. Ring flash, diffuser. standalone flash diffuser softbox. The best result. Again, ring flash. And this is the expensive equipment. This is the Nikon 800. I know it's an older model, but I paid for it 2,500 euros just for the body, and the lenses cost around 800 euros. The flashes are not that important, but they cost something. But this is the ring flash, the least expensive one, the flash that costs 70 euros. These are the twin lights. And those flashes are small. And here you can see the difference between naked twin flash and the twin flash with the diffuser on it, the smallest one. And you can use it. You can be mobile. And this is the standalone flash, diffuser, the small one, and the softbox. So you can now ask the questions, and we can do that now if it's all right with you, of course, because I'm here for you. So please do ask me some questions, and we can continue. I'm a little bit tired, but let's get to the questions and talk about it. We can discuss it. How do we document post-COVID pandemic with regards to sterilization part? It's an excellent question. I think we can talk about it over the hour. It's a great question, but I don't think I can tell you the answer right away. You should follow what your government is telling you, what the health system is telling you, how to use everything. And you can read on the internet how to sterilize your equipment. It's not important to use dental photography in these days. We have to wait for the time to pass, or you can use some kind of bags, the plastic bags around your camera. Just think with your head. You have to protect everything, use your glasses, use your visors, and use all the equipment that the people in charge are telling you to do. Just follow every lead. I'm doing that. So I'm not working. The situation maybe is different because of the country, but we are doing our best to get to the normal way of working. So it's a good question, but let's talk about dental photography. How can I help you? Because I'm here right now, and we cannot discuss about something that regards the sterilization. All of these cameras are actually, most of them are waterproof, so you can sterilize them, but be sure to think what you're doing so you can stop the pandemic. Which diffuser did you use for the twin flashes? When we finish this webinar, I can find it. Oh, we are online. I will switch the screen, and let's go to find those diffusers so I can show it to you. Let me just, I just have to not screw it up. Let's go to AliExpress. Let's find these flashes, these diffusers. So we need, let's type it. Oh, this is working really slow. Let's type small flash diffusers. Small flash. And let's see what we're getting. Let's find the right one. Yeah. Let's try with a flash diffuser. This is the one. Softbox diffuser flash camera speed. They raised the price just a little bit, but I'm sure this is the one. Yes, it is. As you can see, this is the one. And it doesn't matter which brand of camera or the flash you're using, you just want to buy the diffuser that you're going to put in front of your flash. And you can watch the post on my Facebook page where I'm going to explain how to cut these diffusers and use it on on twin flashes, because the whole point is to avoid dismount of the twin flash so you can mount the diffuser on it. Which flash is good for taking photos of posterior teeth, like occlusal view or of an access cavity? The best way to start, so again, the best way, absolutely, if you're a beginner, start with your mobile phone, but buy the cheek retractors and buy the mirrors. That is let me switch the camera so I can see what I'm talking to you. The best way to start with dental photography is to buy retractors and the mirrors. And when you mastering all those protocols images that I'm suggesting you to do the first, because that is the most important thing in dental photography, master the protocol. Do not worry about the settings or the equipment. And when you're mastering the photo protocols and with the mirrors, with the retractors, then go to DSLR. And the easiest way for the beginners is to use the ring light. The ring light is not giving you the best aesthetical results, but who cares about the aesthetical results? We are the doctors of dental medicine or the dental technicians, so we have to make this photography usable in a way that we are using it, because it's all about the patient and helping the patient. The dental photography providing us with so many benefits, but the least thing you have to worry about is the aesthetics of the photos and the equipment and everything. As you saw with the presentation, you can get the perfect results just with changing your lights with the cheapest camera. And do not care what type of lens I'm using. Just use the macro lens because you have to approach it closely to the subject that you are going to photograph. But if you're switching from mobile phone to the DSLR, you can start with the ring flash. When someone asks me what type of flashes are you mostly using, I have no answer for that, because when I need to work and I need to be faster and more efficient, I'm going to go with the ring light. I don't care with the results. I just want to get the medical documentation. That is the most important thing. It's not about the lips or anything. It's about medical documentation. We are the doctors of dental medicine. We have to act like it. Let's see another question. Which setup would you recommend for making before and after pictures, anterior region? I saw on your page scheme with the classification from budget, mid-range to high-end. Anyways, still a lot of choice. You will always have a lot of choice. You will get always what you paid for. If you want better results, go for the expensive equipment, but keep in mind, you have to know what you're doing. That is the most important thing, because the camera is not making the photos, you are making the photos. Concentrate yourself on photo protocol and the rest will come in time. So I have to, because this is actually a good question, I have to tell you something. The DSLRs are going to be replaced with the mirrorless cameras. And that is the way the world is working, because the digital revolution is always advancing. So you have to keep in mind, if you want to advance now, invest in your dental equipment, you should consider it buying a mirrorless camera. It has so many advantages over the DSLRs, and especially if you're a beginner, you can use it like your mobile phone. Just click on the screen what you want to be in focus and press the screen, press the button. But you have to master the protocol, the photo protocol. That is the most important part for you to master. That is the first thing you want to do. And buy the cheek retractors and the mirrors and use it to build up your own protocol. But you can start with the following some protocols like Invisalign or American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry, any kind of protocol you can find on Google or you can see on Facebook groups. Ask the colleagues that are more experienced with this topic so they can suggest you some kind of protocol. And you will, in time, you will develop your own photo protocol and you will be happy with the results only if you invest in a education in the photography. Do not learn anything by heart. You will not get the same results. Can we get another question, maybe? If anybody is left looking at this webinar, I don't know how many guys you have. I only look at myself, and I don't know who I'm talking to, but thank you all for watching, and it's been a real pleasure. Thank you, Girish. So do we have more questions or not? I have a web page. You can visit it. Not a web page, Facebook page. So you can go to my Facebook page. It's dental photography, Dr. Dr. Miloš Ljubicic. That is me, and I have a lot of topics that I posted on that page. Do you recommend getting the mirrors and cheek retractors from the same web page, AliExpress? This is a tricky question. You can start with it because it's cheap, but it's not the best solution, because in time we have to use the sterilization part on the cheek retractors, on the mirrors. You should get them more quality of those things. But I have a post on regarding the cheek retractors. I usually use the transparent one, the plastic one. They are cheap and you can easily replace it. I have more than 50 retractors in my dental office. And the mirrors, I'm working with those with another firm. I really recommend it, but you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to anybody. Actually, just start with yourself. I'm using the mirrors from Interdent. They send me the case because I'm traveling a lot when I'm doing my lecturing and the courses. If you're going to wait for me for a couple of seconds, I will bring the mirror so I can show it to you. So these are the mirrors, and I have cheek retractors in it. Hope you can see it. These are the retractors, and these are the mirrors inside, occlusal one and the lateral ones. So these are a really must have in your dental office, because when you want to take a picture of the class of the bites, you have to, when you cannot use the retractors, you can use the mirror. I know it's funny, but I can show it on myself how to use those mirrors. And as you can see, the mirror is fogging up. The fogging up is because the mirror is cold and my teeth, my mouth are warmer. So you can, with the lighter, just warm up the mirror, or you can pour the glass of the hot water and keep the mirror in the hot water, so when you're using it, the mirror won't fog. And I have a different types of mirrors in this package. Those are lateral ones, and I have different occlusal ones from the shape of the patient's teeth and mouth, so you can have all the shapes that you need. Let's see another question about the mirrorless camera. Are the D800 and no. D800 and D3400 are DSLRs. DSLR stands for digital single lens reflex. The whole point was, I don't know, 70 years ago, the whole revolution was with the DSLRs. In that time, the SLR, single lens reflex, is that when you're looking through the viewfinder, you have a prism here, and you have a mirror inside the camera. If you can see the camera, and this is the mirror. And what the mirror do, the light goes through the lens, falls to the mirror. The mirror is sending image up to the prism, and with the prism and the viewfinder, you're looking straight what you're going to photograph. That was the big deal back then, because when you change the lens, you can see what difference you are getting. So this is the mirror camera, DSLR camera. On the mirrorless camera, they they just extracted the mirror. So you don't have the prism in your body. That is why the mirrorless camera are thinner than the DSLR, because they don't have the mirror. So the light goes through the lens and falls straight to the sensor of the camera. And you have the back screen, you can look at the image that you're getting, and on the viewfinder, they implement another screen that is small, that you can see what you're photographing on, and that is the whole deal. You don't have the mirror, so you don't have, so the camera can be a little smaller. But the best advantage of the mirror camera is that they develop so much better autofocus. I can talk about this topic for hours, maybe even more, and we can discuss it. But that is the basic things about the differences between the mirrorless